Hey beauties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So on today's video, I'm talking all things bronzer. I know sometimes it feels a little bit overwhelming because there's so many options out there. I'm gonna show you and do some swatches on different bronzer and what's on the market, what's available depending on your skin tone and skin type. I'm going to start right away with a budget-friendly option. This is Milani Cosmetic. This bronzer is beautiful. It is a baked bronzer. The radiance that you have in a bronzer like this is next level. Look at how beautiful this is. It is the shade 05 Soleil. There is talc, sadly, there is talc in this formula. So if you want a product without any talc, this is not the right product for you. But if you're okay with it, and if you're liking the new Dior bronzer with that kind of gold shimmer into it, that sadly disappears, this bronzer has gold shimmer into it and will not disappear. Let me show you how beautiful this is. And it just applies like a dream on the skin. Look at how beautiful. It's got such a nice luminosity. The reflection is gorgeous. It's obviously a very warm bronzer. It's very goldish. So if you have a super cool tone skin, I wouldn't recommend this for you. But if you have a medium skin tone, light medium, neutral to warm skin, this is beautiful. Look at how gorgeous this is. It just shimmers without having big chunk of shimmer. And because it's a baked bronzer formula, it just feels like you're not wearing anything. It's extremely light on the skin. It's very airy. It just applies like a fine powder, a fine look. So if you're looking for something that is just a little bit of a sheer bronzer, something very light onto your skin, this is a beautiful option. If you're looking for a classic bronzer that will last forever without breaking the bank too much, the NARS Laguna bronzers. I have two shades here and I have a shade that is super dark, one is super light. So this is the original bronzer in Laguna. Honestly, you cannot go wrong with a product like this. It stays in place, it's super long lasting. It's made for any type of skin. It is beautiful. It's a classic bronzer. You can use it all year around. It is just such a nice product. Look at how beautiful this is. It is a very neutral shade. It's not too dark. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, it's not orange, it's not brown. It's just a beautiful bronzer. I think this is literally like a no-brainer. If you're looking for a bronzer that you can use all year round, NARS Laguna, that is it. If, however, you have a dark skin and struggle to find a bronzer that actually shows on your skin, well, know that Laguna at NARS has different shades of bronzer. So this is Laguna number 7. Obviously this is too dark for my complexion, but I use it as a blush or eyeshadow. Look at how pigmented and dark this is. It's got a really warm undertone to it, but this as a blush, if you go with a very light hand or on your eyes, it is stunning. You can mix the two shades together. If you're looking for like monochromatic look, this is gorgeous. This collection came out last year. It is just stunning. You cannot go wrong with NARS and the Laguna collection. I hope you guys have had a lovely long Easter weekend. Here we were hosting for Easter, but also because it was our baby girl first anniversary. So Willow turned 1. And I went over the top with the cake. I had this cake made and I don't know, but I feel like it's the same for every family. No one actually eats a lot of cake. Even like, I remember at our wedding, we had to go around and just like ask stranger. We were in a hotel and it was in the lockdown during the pandemic. But long story short, we had to go around and ask if people wanted cake because we had so much left. So same thing happened here. So now I'm stuck with that massive cake, and every time I walk in the kitchen and walk past by the cake, I'm taking a bite out of the cake. The cake just needs to go because literally I feel like I'm going to be eating the cake all on my own. But yeah, we had such a lovely time. So I hope you guys had a really nice weekend too. If you have a dry skin and you need a bronzer that has a little bit of hydration until you don't want your skin to turn flaky or patchy, YSL All Hours bronzer. This is the All Hours Hyper Bronze, and this is shade number 2. It is packed with hyaluronic acid. It is a beautiful, beautiful bronzer. It is not drying. It stays in place the whole day. It's a super long lasting product. And it feels like velvet onto your skin. There are, I believe, 4 shades available. I love this formula so much because it is super long lasting and it's not orange on the skin. But if you have a very fair and light skin tone, YSL bronzer are actually really good for you. Just a great formula that is not drying, that is buildable. If you want a bronzer that has a little bit more to it, you want a bronzer that just makes your skin look alive, that is very easy to apply. You can apply it all over your face. The Makeup by Mario, this is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector. This is shade medium. It is literally one of my go-to. Look at how, so this shade here at the bottom is your bronzer and it's completely matte. The 2 shades here at the top have that super iridescence shimmer to it. It's not big chunk of shimmer, but because it's got a really nice finish to it, it is transforming your skin. So this is shade medium. Look how beautiful this is. It is not too dark, not too light. Look at how luminous and radiant this is. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm giving you these options because I know a lot of people were looking at the Dior collection of this year, thinking, oh, I'm gonna have a super radiant bronzer. However, once you've been in the pan a few times, you do not have the gold glitter anymore. So if you're looking for a bronzer that has that shimmery finish that will give a little bit more to your skin, you don't want to have a flat, complete flat matte bronzer. There are so many other options that are not limited edition, and I think this is absolutely gorgeous. Also, let's address the elephant in the room because I dig out my bronzer from last year, the Dior collection, the summer Dior collection, and you had some limited edition bronzer as well. Obviously, the packaging is different. So this is last summer. This is the Dior Forever Natural Bronze Glow. And this is shade Coral Bronze, right? I have not been using it very much. I think they are really nice, but I don't know. I've got so many that I forget to use them. So, and this is this year, this is the Dior Forever Nude Bronze Glow. So it's got a different name, but it's literally the same thing. It's Coral Bronze. I mean, there are literally zero difference. Like this one has the gold shimmer into it, which will disappear. And this is last year's edition. So I think if we're gonna put things in perspective, they are limited edition, but it looks like they're coming back every summer. So don't feel too sorry for yourself if you've missed on this year and still have last year. And most likely next year, you will still have the same. I'm going to swatch them so you can see. So now can you tell which one is what? Probably not, because they are literally the same thing. So this is the new one from this year. This is last year. They are both curl, they're both that Dior Forever collection. It is just the same bronzer. It is a limited edition, the packaging is different. This year has still a little bit more shimmer and reflection into it because you have that golden shimmer in the palette. But as I mentioned, this is disappearing as you're using it. And that's it. So you have, it's exactly the same thing for the other shade. So you have the pink bronze from last year. And this year you also have the pink bronze. So they are again. And I think even last year was nicer because the pink was actually more pink. And it was giving you a little bit more of a bronzer blush that was very close to the Chanel bronzer from the beige collection, whereas this year the pink is so light into the palette that you barely don't see it. So now I'm comparing the two Dior Forever bronzer, the pink bronze. This one here is last year and this is from this year. So you can see last year had a little bit more pink into it, whereas this year very, very much just a bronzer because the pink in the palette is very, very light, versus last year where the pink was a little bit more punchy. And I think, in my opinion, I prefer the one from last year. If I'm going to have a pink tone into my bronzer, might as well see it. And also, like, I'm showing you the comparison because, like, sometimes I think we forget that we have some product. And I think there has been a lot of people saying, oh, well, like, I just want you to be... Don't feel too sorry for yourself. If you have the one from last year and don't get the ones from this year, it doesn't really matter because bottom line, they are basically the same. And I think there's so many options out there. Equally, if you like to have a little bit of color into your bronzer, Guerlain has amazing bronzers. This is the light, cool tone bronzer. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. If you want a bronzer that has a little bit of pink into it, is perfect for cool tone because, let's be honest, bronzers, it's not easy to find a bronzer if you have a very cool tone skin. And in my opinion, Guerlain is one of the only brands that does cool tone bronzer really, really nicely. They're not ashy, but yet they are not super warm onto your skin. This is beautiful. And otherwise, you have the same thing but for warm skin. So equally light, this is for cool skin tone, this is for warm skin tone, and you see it in the pan because you have the pink here. This one you'll have more of a coral shade. They are beautiful on the skin. If you want a bronzer that has that luminosity, that is not flat onto your skin, Guerlain is perfect for you. A little bit more pricey, but you're going to be using them all year around. I think if you're choosing a bronzer and you have a budget in mind, go for something that you can use all year around and has a little bit more to it than just a bronzer. If you're looking at something like this, for example, that has a little bit of a pink tone to it, you can also use it as a blush. Even going back to my Makeup by Mario, this, because you have the shimmery shade at the top here, you can use this as a highlighter. I think nowadays, don't limit yourself to just a brown bronzer brown bronzer. I think there's so many great options out there. You also have the new bronzer from Dior. These are not limited edition. They are the Dior Forever Nude Bronze. I have the soft matte and the warm. So soft matte is 03, warm is 4. They are really nice. They are packed with hyaluronic acid. Are they groundbreaking? Not really, because last year you had YSL that came out with that pretty much same formula, to be honest. So these are the two bronzers. So this is the 04 warm. This one is, no, actually, this is the 03 soft matte and the 4 warm. And the 4 warm is meant to have a little bit of a shimmer into it. In my opinion, it's not so much shimmery. The matte version is really nice, but if you want to have just a bronzer with a little bit of a shimmer into it, this is what you need. This is the Armani Luminous Silk Bronzing Powder. This is shade 100. They are still available. They came out last year. I'm going to swatch them next to each other so you see the difference, what I mean with a little bit of a shimmer into it. It's just going to give you that most beautiful radiant look. So this is Giorgio Armani shade 100. It is very pigmented. The payoff is extremely good. And now I'm gonna put next to it the Dior Forever 04 Warm. And you'll see it's a little bit more flat onto the skin. This is the 04 Dior. Look at how this one from Armani is. It is luminous. It is that luminous collection. And once you've seen this, the 04 from Dior looks flat on the skin. Like, I don't know what you guys think, but in my opinion, I prefer the one from Armani because there is more to it. You got that really nice reflection. Like you see it here, there's a nice reflection, whereas the Dior one, which is supposed to be with a reflection into it, look pretty flat to me. And I'm not trying to be mean with Dior. I absolutely love Dior product, but I think let's not forget that there are other brands out there and some products are just a little bit, not necessarily better, but better. I think these bronzer from Giorgio Armani, and they are super pigmented. So if you have a dark skin, so this is shade 110, there is 120 as well. I mean, this is quite dark. Like this is proper peak of the summertime when you're quite tan, and I just love how luminous they are. Obviously these are a little bit more expensive, but by the size of them, if you're keen to buy the oversized bronzer, the jumbo size from Dior, I would say go. And if you're looking for something that is not matte, that has a luminous and shimmery finish, I think Giorgio Armani is a much better option for you. And if you're looking to really splurge, the Dolce & Gabbana bronzer, they are literally perfection. If you want to have something that's going to give you that airbrush finished, super light on the skin, the shades are beautiful. So this is shade 01 Light. You can use this on your eyes, your face, whatever, it doesn't matter, it's a powder. But it's that perfectly sandy shade. It's almost like the Gold Coast sand. It is beautiful. If you have a very light skin, it's just gonna warm up your skin really nicely. Look at this. And it's a matte bronzer, but it's got the perfect luminosity into it. I cannot tell you how many times I've been using this bronzer. It is literally one of my favorite bronzer. So all in all, I think if you have a very oily skin, I would go for something that is baked. So Milani Cosmetic is a very good option for you, or even the MAC bronzer. These ones came out last year. This is Radiant Medium Golden. This is the Skin Finish bronzer. They have that very mineralized powder finish. If you have a very oily skin, MAC has amazing bronzers. The powder will just fit and stick better onto your skin. I would even say the Makeup by Marigo bronzer, the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector, if you have an oily skin. This is great if you have a dry skin, but maybe more of a normal to combination skin. However, if you have super dry skin on the other end of the scale, the All Hours YSL, because it's packed with hyaluronic acid. Dior is really good because it's also packed with hyaluronic acid. But if you're dry skin and you want something a little bit more luminous, they're a bit more pricey, but if you only get one, you're gonna use them for so long because they are big and they're not gonna dry your skin. And I would say if you have a very cool toned skin and you're struggling to find a bronzer that works for you, Guerlain is probably your best bet because you have an actual bronzer made for cool toned skin. I hope you've enjoyed watching today's shorter video, but I think this is important to just give you actual information on what's out there and help you make better choices. I know sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming. We tend to go for what's new just because it's new, and I'm the first one to be buying everything because it's new, but also because I'm reviewing them for you guys. And I think let's not fall into the trap of it's new, it's good. Some products that have been around for a very long time are actually really, really good, and they really work. So I hope you can find something that really works for your skin, for your budget, and you're going to be happy to use it, and it's going to make you feel very good in your own skin. As usual, I will list down below all the products that I've been talking about for today, what I have on my makeup for today's look. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I have plenty of other videos as well on my channel reviewing all new makeup products. If you've liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. A big thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.